Hello, it's Craig here, back with another unboxing for Generation Skywalker. I've had a couple of parcels sat in a pile for some time now, waiting for an opportunity to open them and film the contents so I can share them with you. I think they're pretty cool. One of them has come from Singapore, the other has come from not so far away, but they are in a way both related, so I figured it would be good to do a bit of a double unboxing and share with you what's in these little packages. Let's get into it. So what have we got? We've got this, which is a book, a compendium of material from Titans, which originated in France. But we're going to put that to one side for a moment, and we're going to look at this. So this is a comic from Indonesia. It's come all the way over from Singapore, from a guy who sells this stuff on Facebook, Suleiman Latif. Always great to deal with. I think I bought a couple of things from him in my time. But yeah, this comic just caught me at the right time. Caught me in a moment where I was in the mood for some foreign comics. But when I say foreign, obviously I mean foreign to me. If you're watching this in Indonesia, you might be. It's not foreign to you. Look at that. Looks like the kind of Disney characters used to get on ice cream vans. So what do I know about Indonesian comics? Answer is not a lot. I mean, obviously, if you've been following the things we do and the things we've talked about in the past, you'll know that I've got a run of Chinese comics called Lianawanawa. And we've talked about that a couple of times on the show. There's a Skywalker Blast here on YouTube if you want to go and check that out, and there's a blog at generationskywalker.com. And I've been quite thorough with that research. I mean, it's been put together over a number of years, but this is an area I'm going to admit I don't know a lot about the comics that came from Indonesia. What I do know is that this is cool. I like it already. What I do know is that there's a real mix of comics that were made with very clear reference to Marvel and the Marvel artwork and storylines, and then there was stuff where it went a little bit off-piste. And the things that appeal to me are the bits that go a little bit off-piste. You'll find some Indonesian comics do they do sort of follow the Marvel artwork quite closely, and they hold a little bit less appeal than these, which go with more of the individual artist's interpretations. So this comic looks like it's come from a library. It's got a bit of a library cover. It's got some sticky back. Oh, it's loose. It's loose. I could take that off if I wanted to. I might keep it on. But yeah, this is the Star Wars story that contains this dude. I think he's one of the reimagined Gorn from Strange New Worlds. This 60s looking chick in some hot pants. He's very Flash Gordon. His collar is very Flash Gordon. And there's Superman, clearly a different strip. So yeah, this presumably somebody saw as a Star Wars story, but if you flick to the back, it gets a little bit more recognisable. It's interesting how And this particular issue has had pages inserted. I think there's probably a missing page that the library maybe has put in. But here's some more familiar looking Star Wars iconography and comic art. Look at that badass Leia. She's so cool. Jesus! That's like the Polish poster where you've got Vader's head exploding. But yeah, this strip at the end, a lot more Star Warsy looking. Very violent. He's a cool Vader. I like him. Oh my god. That's so funny. And an assumption there that they're robots. They're not flesh and blood. Conscripts to the Empire. Oh, and there's a sort of Mr. Spock monkey man. A whole tribe of Mr. Spock monkey men, led by Chewbacca. They're going to blow up more robot stormtroopers. Vader's going to come and do something. Not sure what. It's very dynamic, isn't it? Some very cool art. But yeah, it's interesting to look at these completely blind. I don't speak whatever language this is, but I liked the cover, and I have a few of these. So I've got this one, Serial Star Wars. I mean, that looks like some kids drawn it in their exercise book. But here's Luke and Princess Leia, but they're more kind of He-Man than what we know. Some sort of gorilla-y Wookiee type character there. Tanabawang. But yeah, I quite like that one. That's quirky, isn't it? I also have this one, which I think Star Wars. I mean, look at that Vader. He's got it all going on. He's got some, Viking style winged helmet, Nazi emblems, the occult, a cloak. I mean, what's not to love about that? It's just bonkers. But as I say, I don't know much about it, and that's okay. I just like it for what it is. A take on Star Wars for a specific market that was created by an artist who saw Vader like this. Maybe it was a copyright wriggle round, but I don't think when these were produced it was as much of an issue as it is today. But yeah, I like that one. This is one of my favourites. I love this Princess Leia. She's great. Look at her on that rock planet with who's that? I think that's I think that might be Bruce Lee, and a generic looking spaceship. But it's Star Wars, folks. It says so on the cover, so who are we to argue? And then I've got these two, which are Hungarian. I love these. These are beautiful. Stick them on the camera. This is part one. This is part two. I just think I've always loved this image of Leia. It's very Daniel Clowes, Ghost World, you know. So yeah, I love these. I think it's always interesting to see how other countries took the phenomenon of Star Wars and tweaked it for their markets. And this new one, I think, is great. There are a few others that I've seen out there that have just got the most bonkers covers. I mean, there's one with those quirky alien guys. These funny fellas. Where have they gone? Let's look at them again. These dudes. Yeah. So I might add a few more to the collection, but it's never going to be a a complete run, it's going to be one of those things where if I see it and I like it and the price is right, I might pick it up. Which leads me to Titans, and in particular Bowmansgreen. So this is Titans, which was a French comic that included Star Wars strips, and beyond that I don't know a fat lot, which is why I bought the book. But this was one I picked up from Bowmansgreen, who had a stand at one of the Echo shows, and I had a good chat with Simon, who runs Bowmansgreen. And I remember in an early show, I think, when we were discussing Farthest From, who are Bowmansgreen, and I described them as curators, samplers and remixers of vintage comic art. And I think, what I mean by that, let me show you these are the sticker packs, card packs, sorry, that they produce. Here's a Princess Leia one, where the artist at Bowmansgreen, to be honest, I think it's pretty much one guy, a lovely chap called Simon, takes these images and isolates them from the comics, and I think they just highlight the art and the characters in a way that you'd miss in Marvel. Marvel pages are so busy, the artwork is so complex sometimes, there's so much going on, that to see characters that have been, as I say, sampled like this and repurposed, I think they're great. So that's some of Bowmansgreen's work. He's clearly got an interest in this line of comics in particular. So when I saw that he was releasing a book on the topic, I was very keen to get one. I did hold back a little bit, thinking, I'll do it eventually, but he was advertising on Instagram the other day that there were only like a handful left. So I jumped on it, and this is it. And I don't know much about it beyond the fact that it's a collection of covers and artwork from Titans, which was, like I say, this magazine from France that produced its own original art. So shall we have a look inside? Ooh, oh, look at all these freebies. I've been packed out. Let's look at these freebies first. So these came in the envelope. A kind of manga style yak face. A Star Destroyer being exploded, which looks like it's part of the Farthest From collector set. A Luke. These fabulous, aren't they? Slightly more modern one. There you go. Give them a follow on Instagram. BWMNSGRN on Instagram, or check out their website, Bowmansgreen.com. Oh look, that's cool, isn't it? It's the cover I bought. Clearly I have an eye for these things. I just loved that very pulp novel sort of trope of the hero carrying the heroine, which they reversed quite nicely in the most recent Guardians film. But anyway, back to looking at this book. It's exciting. It's the first time I've seen this. On first flick, I think that's great. We're so lucky that we've got people like Simon at Bowmansgreen who are putting together things like this for collectors and fans. This kind of means I don't need to go out and buy a full run of these to enjoy. They're all in here, and I need to read it. I need to read the text to understand more about the phenomenon that is Marvel Presents Titans. But just flicking through this, you can see that the artwork is really rather cool. And this one stuck out to me straight away. So, looks like a day at the beach ruined for Luke and Leah. Look at that dude. It's like a Morlock from H.G. Wells's The Time Machine. Look at that. Look at Lando's cape. I assume that's Lando. It's like Batman. Yeah, I mean, it gets to things like this and it feels familiar, doesn't it? Sort of the Marvel style, which is, I think, why these original covers really hold a lot of appeal for me, and I'm sure if you're watching this and you've stuck with it this far, holds some appeal to you too. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is sold out, but you might be able to get on board for a second printing. But yeah, what a cool couple of things to receive in the post. I love this stuff. It's great, isn't it? It's quirky, it's fun, it's bright, it's colourful. It's Star Wars that doesn't take itself too seriously. And it doesn't take up much room either, which is great when you're a collector like me. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look at some of the more unusual comic art that's out there and stuff from around the world. If you've enjoyed this unboxing, you can check out plenty more on our YouTube or on our main site, which is generationskywalker.com. And if you want to hang out with us in a bit more depth, give one of our podcasts a listen. We do cover vintage collectibles, we cover modern collectibles, we talk about the films, we talk about the TV shows, and we're all over social media. So sometimes we share little things that are only worth an Instagram post, and sometimes we go a little bit deeper, a lot deeper. I'm talking hours of content, so check us out if you have a mind to. But that's it for now. We'll be back with another unboxing very soon, I am sure.